Reaction from House Foreign Affairs, Congressman Chris Smith. Congressman, it's great to have you on the program. Thank you for being here. There is a fundamental difference right now between how Joe Biden sees the process that Israel should follow through with versus what Benjamin Netanyahu thinks. And it's to conduct a full invasion, of Rafah. And so at this point now, the president has sent over some aid, but he's balking because he doesn't want to see them go full force on this, whereas Israel is saying we have to eradicate the terrorists before we can think about any kind of future plans and figure out what's going to happen in Gaza. And until the president understands that when he says, I stand with Israel and so does this country, that he needs to follow through with that, until he gets it, he's not backing up Israel.
Well, Israel needs, I think, our full support to eradicate Hamas, which is a genocide terrorist organization. They've been doing it for decades. I've read the Hamas charter. It makes clear that every Jew should be killed and Israel should be wiped off the face of the earth. It's right in their Hamas charter, and they're living it every day. Today, I chaired my 4th hearing on the UN Works Relief Agency, which has been defunded by Congress. We passed on the Foreign Affairs bill, Foreign Aid bill, no funds to UNRWA. And unfortunately, Trump had gotten it right. He defunded them completely during his tenure in office. In came Biden. He put $1 billion into an organization that creates child soldiers and promotes hate every single day. Today's hearing, we have the former general counsel of UNRWA, UN Works Relief Agency, testify. Jack Lindsay is his name, who said clearly and unambiguously that it's a terrorist organization. It is committed to genocide. And even the very weak report from the United Nations that was really a whitewash, also, when you read it, it's a damning report of UNRWA leadership, past and present. They're not going to make the reforms. They're going to buy time, and they'll keep this child soldier factory up and running to kill Jews.
There's no doubt in my mind, if Donald Trump was president, he would unequivocally support Israel. There would be, minimal questions asked, right? Certain questions have to be asked, but that he would stand by them and continue our relationship that we've had for such a very long time. If it wasn't for Joe Biden pandering to certain progressive groups in this country that are saying Israel is conducting a genocide on the Palestinians, do you think, if it wasn't for that and trying to pander to those groups, do you think that President Biden would stand with Israel in full solidarity?
I think you summed it up so well. Politics should have nothing whatsoever to do with whether or not we support our great friend and ally Israel. And when you talk about Israel being committing genocide and all these other smears, that's Hamas's talking points. That's what they say every single day. They're the ones doing it. I was just on the campus of Rutgers, and when they had the encampment, and a couple of maybe students, but they were certainly pro-Hamas agitators, were in my face equating the state of Israel with the Nazis. Yeah. That is the worst possible smear one could utter, and I guess they believe it. It's a big lie. That's what it is.
I'm glad that you highlighted the agitators, because so much of what we've seen on campuses across this country was organized, and it's very critical to note that difference, that some of the students, I think, were being manipulated by these agitators that are part of these progressive pockets that the president is catering to. Congressman, we are out of time, but it was great to see you tonight.
Thank you so much, Jackie.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.